For today's cup of coffee, we have guest speaker, and that's Hilo. If you hear him in the background, this is probably going to be an espresso shot because I figured that we're doing this on election night.
Yes.
And it's hard to tell what kind of chaos is going to ensue.
The night after the super blood moon, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And I slept through it. Actually, Kid got to see it. You did stay up and see part of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you said it was pretty incredible.
Yeah. It was like, huh. It's like, I never saw the moon like that weird bloody rust color.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
And I'm like, that's something there's something magical about that, though.
Sure. Now, in the past, I have, as far as watching online through observatories for hours. Some of them I have watched from beginning to end. But the one that I could have seen here, what do? I sleep through it. But it's all right.
I seriously thought that you would have set your alarm.
I thought about it, and I thought, well, if I'm meant to wake up and see it, I will. And actually, I woke up at 6 something, just a few minutes after 6. That was already there, and it was sunrise, which is actually way cool also. And we take those for granted sometimes.
Yeah.
So, a moment to be reflective, which that's the basis of my being. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off because it turned dark at 5.
Yes, because we are going into the season of darkness until December 21st, and that is winter solstice. That is the shortest night of the year. Usually, Kid and I go out and raise a glass of wine because that means that the next day is the return of the light. So we do old school. Like way old school.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the days to get longer again.
Yeah, I think everybody's ready for the return of the light.
Already.
Yeah. And this comes from Daily Star and was by Meg Jorsh and November 24th of 2022. Britain is putting together a global task force to get ready for the first contact with aliens.
Ooh.
And Dr. John Elliott is leading the push to create a worldwide protocol for messages from extraterrestrials.
Oh my God.
Now this stuff keeps ramping up.
Yeah. So we're going to see some alien shit.
Something's going to happen. And even Leo King, David Palmer, if I remember, I'll put a link to his, it was the full moon eclipse. Mm-hmm. It was on YouTube. And he did discuss as far as alien contact. Now, it's a pretty intense message. Of course, we in pretty intense times.
Right.
And so Dr. Elliott said, quote, "Will we ever get a message from E.T.? We don't know. We also don't know when this is going to happen." So he just sort of contradicted himself. Are we going to have it? But we don't know when it's going to happen. So that sounds pretty definite.
Yeah.
But we do know that we cannot afford to be ill-prepared, scientifically, socially, and politically rudderless for an event that could turn into reality, end quote.
What the fuck does alien contact have to do with political anything? Why does that have to be politicized?
Everything's political. Everything is political.
But why? Why does it have to be political?
Because when you have governments, and especially some of the governments that we're dealing with right now that are and have been sort of tyrannical and getting more so, then that goes into every facet of your life. And we're seeing that now more than ever.
Right.
When you can go out, if you can go out, can you afford the fuel to go out? Can you afford groceries? Can you afford to be warm this winter? All that stuff is government. In conjunction with, big corporations and all that stuff. They all work hand in hand.
Right.
It's all for their benefit And as far as what they consider us as useless eaters, yeah. You will eat the bugs. And you will,
I don't want to eat
the
bugs.
You will own nothing and you would be happy.
I don't want to eat
My God, that man is just truly Dr. Evil. I mean, there is no...
I don't want to eat the bugs. I don't want... people don't eat bugs.
We're not designed to eat bugs.
No.
It makes people sick.
It's gross.
There is some kind of chemical in the bugs that honestly goes against people's digestive system because we're not designed to eat them, and it makes them sick.
Right. There's only one type of bug that we're really allowed to eat.
And that was types of locusts.
Yeah. And that's fucking gross.
It is gross. It says the new research unit known as SETI Post-Detection Hub brings together legal, ethical, and philosophical experts from across the planet. So it's another one of these global cabal type things.
Of course.
The experts are based at St. Andrews near Fife and have put together a plan to guide us through the months that after our first contact with intelligent alien beings. Yeah.
Aliens.
It will cover issues...
We all know, though...
What?
We all know that they've already made contact.
Sure.
And this is just going to be the first public one.
Probably. I mean, we know that as far as the reptilian overlords, which very much, I believe, is in with the fallen angels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been here a minute.
Yeah. They've been here.
And they hate us. They hate human beings.
That's why they've been trying to destroy it.
Absolutely. And it will cover issues like how to treat them under legal and human rights codes. Well, how in the hell is human rights codes going to apply since they're not human?
Exactly. It doesn't make a lick of sense.
Well, it does if you realize that what they're trying to do is to change and alter humans to where they're no longer human. That means that human rights codes will not apply then either.
Maybe that's the thing of They Live. Maybe those people that was on They Live, the aliens or whatever, the creatures, maybe they were humans, but they got turned into those creatures.
That very well could be. Dr. Elliott of St. Andrews University has spent years researching how to interpret signals from outer space. He aims to use the structure of messages to understand what information they contain. He added, quote, "One of the big debates is, if we get a signal, do we respond? This isn't resolved at all," end quote. If it's like telemarketers, you don't answer the call. Don't answer the phone if it's a number you don't recognize.
The calls from inside the house.
God, that's terrible too. Should said signal be received, then it is likely that it could be fairly soon. One expert of aliens believes. Michael A. Grant at the University of Manchester spoke out ahead of a U.S. government report and said that the world is closer to discovering their first contact and real scientific discovery of aliens. Now, like I said, this is not just a random TikToker talking about some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These are government people.
Yes. These
are supposed to be educated, learned people of our era.
That are also trained to lie through their teeth.
Absolutely. And he believes that should something interesting be out there, then it will happen pretty soon, Daily Star reported. See, like I said, they keep ramping this up.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want it out of the public consciousness.
No, they don't, because they want people to be panicked.
Sure, they're priming people for it. Until now, though, most reported sightings have been low-quality videos or turned out to be identifiable flying objects such as weather balloons, infamous
bullshit.
Weather balloons.
They say it's weather balloons, but it's not.
Or even drones piloted by those on the ground. Now, the person who wrote this article, they need to go back to this recent government report where it said they were able to explain about half of them.
Mm-hmm.
But not the other half.
Exactly.
So.
Aliens. We're about to see aliens.
Is it a matter of Project Bluebeam? Where it is this great deception. Is it a matter of these things finally actually revealing themselves? Some combination thereof. All I know is that L.A. Marzulli, he has said this for years, that rebuke and bind first, which is in the name of Jesus. People don't want to hear that. But there's been people on his show that's what they did, and these things went away. So what does that tell you? And then ask questions later.
Yeah. That's
my game plan. That truly is. So, yeah. But for Leo King, go and watch that. I had watched it this evening, and it's sobering. And he can act kind of silly and stuff at times, and not in a happy way silly. But this one was probably one of the most serious.
I could tell he was being like,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And when he goes into those modes, like I said, I've been listening to this man since 2013. And there's times I'm like, I just can't deal with it, And because he is from out there near L.A. and different things like that, and sort of shows that sometimes massively.
Yeah, massive.
But what I have listened to from him yesterday and then today, and I'm like, yes, this is why I continue to listen to this man. Mm. And things like this, he has been spot on. Yep. He's not right about everything.
No.
One of the things I think he had totally missed the boat on is something I know. I don't know enough about it to really discuss it in an intelligent way, and that's Bitcoin. And at one point he was telling people to put money in Bitcoin, and then I know that recently he had, of course he's an astrologer, he knows when to buy and when to sell.
Yeah. Too bad does he tell us?
Sometimes he does. I mean, as far as he does tell people when it's a good idea to, to do different financial things. Mm. It's astrologers, people don't, as far as this newspaper astrologer bullshit, people usually want to know about health, wealth, and love. And they don't usually go beyond that because most people are shallow. But if they will listen as far as the long range things and take the advice of, okay, at this point in life, I'm going to go through this. At this point in life, I'm going to go through that, because all of us have these cycles in our lives. We're not here randomly.
Yeah.
And as far as having a game plan, we do have purpose. That's the reason the moment of our birth, that helps us find our journey and what we're supposed to learn. What our, things, gifts that we have, what things we need to work on while we're here, so that you don't get into the pitfalls.
Man.
But you've got, like I said, you've got so many people. They want to hear that somebody's going to meet a tall, dark stranger. Because, unfortunately, a lot of the people that seem to gravitate towards him are female. And he was a male model. I get that.
Nah, I want to hear the whole thing.
Right.
As far as, all the information, I want to make sure, everything's going to be all right in the end.
How he looked never impressed me. I mean, as far as I
told you he looks like a gargoyle.
No, don't do that, because he's aging. He's,
It's not that.
He's pushing 40.
That's not why I say the thing that I do.
Well, but it's like I've never been impressed with pretty people, because I've been around pretty people and they're usually trouble. Yeah. I would rather have somebody that was not that physically attractive, but was a person of value and quality. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but the information that he provides is valuable, and the fact that, with the link, you can go and listen to what he had to say. And you may just think he's full of shit, and that's okay.
So full of shit, the toilet's jealous.
Well, there's times that I have had to sit and listen for hours to some of the things that he was saying. And
baby egg.
Baby egg. Yeah, that one sort of got me that time.
How many hours did you sit for that one? For the baby egg?
I think he was an hour late. That's not unusual. And this was a paid event, and I think that one was like $17. He honestly, some of them be like $19. I think that all told, it was probably 4 or 5 hours.
For a baby egg.
That time, that was the one. That was the one that sort of got me. But you learn to listen to different styles of speech, and to sort of ignore that type thing, and just to listen to the message, listen for the message. But now the one today, honestly, cut to the chase. Because there was a whole lot of people that they're in 2019. He may have given a presentation even as far back as 2018. And he had warned people about do not take experimental nothing. And people, he lost subscribers, everything. And so these people, some of them are coming back, and he has been very gracious. And he's like, you know, if you want to come back, we're here, we'll welcome you. It's not a matter of going, no, I told you so. Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
Or most people don't want to do that unless they are petty and shallow. It's just like, okay, we understand why you did what you did. How do we help you through this? How do we fix this?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
But he was very gracious. He was mature. He has matured a lot. You know, but 10 years have a tendency to do that too.
Yeah. I mean, you've been watching him for,
like I said, 2013.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, aliens. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Damn.
But
come back, aliens.
No,
come
it's
back.
Like I said, the ones
my alien friends
that are here have been here for longer than we can fathom.
Yeah.
Because we honestly don't know how old the Earth is. It turned into not an espresso shot.
No.
But the information was valuable. I feel that it was valuable. This was not one that we got to have, you know, just for shits and giggles. This one was kind of serious. Yes. I think everybody's in a sober mood right now. And that's okay.
I'm in a tired mood. Mine ain't sober. Mine's tired. I mean, I am sober, but I'm tired.
Get you a cup of coffee, pay attention. You'll be all right.
I need to take a nap in the bathtub. That's what I need to do.
You got any other last parting comments for this one?
I mean, if aliens are going to come down, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, seriously,
you talk about worldwide panic. Worldwide. Yeah. So, if you've had experiences with the paranormal and supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you watch David Palmer, the Leo King, you know, any of that stuff, you can send us an email. You make a comment, or you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Yes.
Link and email address will be there in the description box.
Yes, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
Know that you're loved. Show that love to other people.
Yes.
Take care of each other.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the next cut. Bye.
Duck and cover for the UFOs.
Yeah. Keep your powder dry, folks.